Hey guys, Tony here. So I wanted to talk about the 20-year bonds and why I think they're gonna come down. For the most part, you guys know I don't really trade patterns all that much, but this does look like a head and shoulders pattern. It does look like it's gonna come down and then possibly drop lower. And then looking at the SPY or actually looking at the SPX, it actually closed a bullish week. And actually somebody from the Patreon pointed that out, right? On the weekly. Well, it didn't close. It didn't close the week bullish, but it's basically on the money, like right there, right? So I can expect the SPX to more, or the SPY really, to start rallying sometime next week, or next week to be a pretty good week for the S&P 500. Usually the 20-year bonds and the SPY have correlating opposite or correlating opposite charts, which means that usually the SPY goes up, TOT goes down, or the 20-year goes down. As of right now, we can see that trend. It's still on trend. Technically, it's still on micro trend. I mean, if we set it up like right here, whoops, there you go. So technically, it's still on trend, right? So you can come back down here, possibly bounce and then run up again. But because we actually did close a bear week, back here on December 6th, so the first week of December, he actually closed. I do think we're going to run down all the way back to possibly 145 on TLT. So I don't think we're actually going to stay on the minor trend. I actually think we're going to run down to trend, possibly dump after that. And the reason I say that is on the monthly right now, on the monthly chart, not only do you have some sort of a head and shoulders pattern playing out, right? But you're getting really, really close to closing a bear month on TLT. The last time this happened on TLT, you actually dropped from like 170-ish down to 130. So I can kind of expect the same thing to happen. I'd say if I had to take a quick guess, I'd say you probably see a TLT drop down to like 120 or so. I think is going to be your range of where TLT is more than likely going to drop. I'd probably put like here, somewhere to like maybe like possibly like here. So I'd say a range of 128 to 117. Would not be surprised to see TLT right here to drop all the way down like that, and then have SPY completely like rip to the upside. I'm definitely bullish on the S&P 500, especially after the rates aren't happening, or the rate cut isn't happening until next year. There's already a guaranteed rate cut next year. I think 2 or 3 rate cuts are going to happen. I think the very first one is going to happen maybe late Q1, Q2, which would put it at like late March-ish, early April, May, maybe. So I do think the rate cut is going to affect everything as of right now, because it's not going to happen until Q1, Q2, probably, at least in my opinion. I think the market's going to rally. I think the S&P 500 is going to hit 500 by next year, by Q1 next year. I think it's going to happen. And I also think TLT is going to drop. I mean, the weekly right now is showing early signs of it actually dropping further, at least down to possibly 145. I do not think it's going to keep rallying from here. I do not think TLT is going to go to like 154, 155 plus. I think it's going to drop, and then from here, it's probably going to break, and then it's going to go all the way down back to like the 120s, which means the S&P 500 is going to keep rallying to the upside. So definitely bearish on TLT right now. Unfortunately, I do have calls on TLT. I did sell one call in profit. I did have one expire, and then the current one that I'm currently holding, it expires I think the last day of December. That one's probably going to expire worthless, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks, because that's just how it goes, right? That was basically a hedge against the market if it actually crashed. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think the market's going to rally up until right before the actual rate cut happens. And I think for the most part, TLT is going to go down. So, it sucks, because I have calls and I'm basically saying that TLT is going to go down, but that's just how it is, right? I don't like to put, I don't, even though I have positions in something, I don't like to weigh it in my favor. I always like to do very unbiased TA, whether I have positions or not. But yeah, bearish on TA. I think the SPY is going to rally to 500 next year, early, maybe sometime in Q1. And that's just what the TA says right now, right? I think if we do end up closing that bear month, I don't want to say it's a guarantee, but I'm almost positive that once that bear month closes on TLT, you're going to see it drop back down to like the 120. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.